Greetings, superior beings. Greetings, supreme being. Welcome to yet another broadcast of Universal Peace Radio. Okay, my feet have swollen up again quite a bit, and but when I woke up, the swelling was almost gone. So I'm gonna put more arnica on there, and then I have to remind myself to take some poppy seed. So I'm gonna do that now. Arnica, poppy seed. I need to remember. Okay. Yo, hello, how things now, how play, better dog, get up, play. We don't love you, baby, yeah. Baby, we don't love you, baby, we don't love you, baby, yeah. Baby, we don't love you, baby, we don't love you, baby, yeah. Getting candy on the shore, just the right side, keeping score, just again, make for more, just again. Seeking candy, asking so, between a feeling, tiny sounds, just again, just again, just again, not understood, but you. You know, your brain melting. Oh, I do. Oh, hate me day. No, yeah. Hot. Not that hot. Rice is gonna be hot. Yeah, it's gonna also hot. I need to. This song is 528 hertz tune, I think. Like many superstars, use healing tuning instead of 440 hertz. I can put 528 on also. They're hurting my penis a little bit. They were hurting my stomach. Getting it on 0.9. There it is. So I think it's best not to respond to the illegal torture with harp. And make an overview of the times when you were attacked and what they did, etc. And my feet are not as swollen as they were. And I'm putting arnica on them. So it's called lymphedema caused by lymphoma induced with hurt. I postponed my appointment at the AMC hospital to try and cure it myself. So I killed B-cell lymphoma with the scalar base. We can kill the Ebola virus with colloidal silver, vitamin C. So we don't need no damn vaccines. Nor blessed vaccines. You can see the list of pandemics caused by vaccinations on my blog. You can check several of my blogs also in previous podcasts, like universecreator.wp.com, but especially universalpeace.edublogs.org. There you can find links to some other good blogs with more information on the medical cartel and how they are depopulating the earth in violation of the Genocide Convention.
Here is the news. Capital. Capital.
Things we hear on the news.
Universalpeace.com.
There, dinner. There's nine answers. Someone's talk. Someone's talk. Your device. I don't know if I know. Impossible. Closing the borders will have the opposite effect than they saw threatening. Except for neural network. Universal peace. They hurt my left leg. Run, G-U-N, run. So if you're an infant eater, it doesn't mean you're dirt. Yes, literally alive. Breathe. We don't have to think about it, whatever it is. Whatever is most healing. Sexual ideas may be most healing. Meditating on the pyramid. Nice food, massage, whatever makes you feel good. Ja, het is geweest. Okay, now start off with John Farnham device. So, if we say something, we have created a new timeline rather than the timeline where we didn't say anything. But the effect could be the opposite of what we think it would be or what we desire it to have. Many people have to look at it, listen to us. It looks funny. Like driving on the right side of the road. I enjoy riding. No one knows. Tastes like cold. Oh, what you do to me. No one knows. Wir haben es nicht gewusst, ja. Original. So. Original EP. Extra time. I don't believe in EPs. Project Blue Beam, Fake Alien Invasion. The Flying Saucers are real. Oh, because I found some disturbing things. So the idea was the guns. I gave them the guns to be able to deal with people that want to nuke, etc. Because no one without just a plasma shield would survive the Third World War. Scalar weapons have made nuclear weapons obsolete. For universal peace. So, yeah. It's slow. So dyeing your hair is basically possible also with natural means because some hair dyes increase your cancer risk basically. And also with makeup you have to watch out. It's absorbed by your body, by your skin. And if it's scientifically proven, the idea that people make it happen with words doesn't stick anymore basically. You can go back to some more drug flows.
Toxic stomach emotions. It toxic custom kills your heart. Jennifer totally revolution. Hope is the crystal meth of emotions. It hooks you fast and kills you hard. Jennifer Donnelly, Revolution. Quotes about drugs. Quotes tagged as drugs, showing 31 to 60 of 477. If you want to understand a society, take a good look at the drugs it uses. And what can this tell you about American culture? Well, look at the drugs we use. Except for pharmaceutical poison, there are essentially only 2 drugs that Western civilization tolerates. Caffeine from Monday to Friday to energize you enough to make you a productive member of society, and alcohol from Friday to Monday to keep you too stupid to figure out the prison that you are living in. Vilnix, tags, alcohol, America, drugs 340 likes. I love when Bush came out and said, "We are losing the war against drugs." You know what that implies? There's a war being fought, and the people on drugs are winning it. Vilnix, tags, Vilnix, drugs 257 likes. It's a good thing most people bleed on the inside, or this would be a gory, blood-smeared earth. Beatrice Sparks, go ask Alice, tags, Beatrice Sparks, diary, drugs, go ask Alice, heroin, marijuana, pot 221 likes. Drugs are a bit with your mind. Jim Morrison, tags, drugs 216 likes. Some of us look for the way in opium and some in God, some of us in whiskey and some in love. It is all the same way and it leads nowhere. W. Somerset Maugham, The Painted Veil, tags, drugs, love, nowhere, religion, whiskey 201 likes. I didn't realize there was a ranking. I said. Sadie frowned. What do you mean? A ranking? I said. You know, what's crazier than what? Oh, sure there is, Sadie said. She sat back in her chair. First you have your generic depressives. They're a dime a dozen and usually pretty boring. Then you've got the bulimics and the anorexics. They're slightly more interesting, although usually they're just girls with nothing better to do. Then you start getting into the good stuff, the arsonists, the schizophrenics, the manic depressives. You can never quite tell what those will do. And then you've got the junkies. They're completely tragic, because chances are they're just going to go right back on the stuff when they're out of here. So junkies are at the top of the crazy chain, I said. Sadie shook her head. She said. Suicides are. I looked at her. Why? Anyone can be crazy, she answered. That's usually just because there's something screwed up in your wiring. But suicide is a whole different thing. I mean, how much do you have to hate yourself to want to just wipe yourself out? Michael Thomas Ford, tags, anorexia, arsonist, arsonists, bulimia, crazy, depressed, depressives, drug, druggy, drugs, funny, humor, junkie, junkies, manic depression, schizophrenia, schizophrenics, suicide 178 likes. There was a thing called heaven. But all the same they used to drink enormous quantities of alcohol. There was a thing called the soul and a thing called immortality. But they used to take morphine and cocaine. 2,000 pharmacologists and biochemists were subsidized in AF. 178. 6 years later it was being produced commercially. The perfect drug. Euphoric, narcotic, pleasantly hallucinant. All the advantages of Christianity and alcohol. None of their defects. Take a holiday from reality whenever you like, and come back without so much as a headache or a mythology. Stability was practically assured. Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, tags, drugs, Happiness. Huxley. Society. Stability 163 likes like. We were somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold. Hunter S. Thompson. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Tags. Drugs 118 likes like. Know your dope fiend. Your life may depend on it. You will not be able to see his eyes because of the T-shades, but his knuckles will be white from inner
That's
tension
a mic.
and his pants will be crusted with semen from constantly jerking off when he can't find a rape victim. He will stagger and babble when questioned. He will not respect your badge. The dope fiend fears nothing. He will attack, for no reason, with every weapon at his command including yours. Beware. Any officer apprehending a suspected marijuana addict should use all necessary force immediately. 1 stitch in time, on him, will usually save 9 on him. Good luck. The Chief. Hunter S. Thompson. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Tags. Drugs. Humor 115 likes like. Sometimes maybe you need an experience. The experience can be a person or it can be a drug. The experience opens a door that was there all the time but you never saw it. Or maybe it blasts you into outer space. All that negative stuff. All the pain. It just floated away from me. I just floated away from it. Up and away. Melvin Burgess. Snap. Tags. Drugs. Experience. Opportunity 106 likes like.
More parties.
Federal and state laws
Well,
should be changed to no longer make it a crime to possess marijuana for private use. Richard M. Nixon. Tags. Attributed no source. Drugs. Law. Marijuana. Prohibition 106 likes like. The amount of money and of legal energy being given to prosecute hundreds of thousands of Americans who are caught with a few ounces of marijuana in their jeans simply makes no sense. The kindest way to put it. A sterner way to put it is that it is an outrage, an imposition on basic civil liberties and unreasonable expenditure of social energy. William F. Buckley Jr. Tags. Civil liberties, civil rights, drug laws, drugs, marijuana, prohibition 99 likes like. Have you ever had so much to say that your mouth closed up tight, struggling to harness the nuclear force coalescing within your words? Have you ever had so many thoughts turning inside you that you didn't dare let them escape in case they blew you wide open? Have you ever been so angry that you couldn't look in the mirror for fear of finding the face of evil glaring back at you? Alan Hopkins. Tags. Drugs. Reverse. Real life 97 likes like. I used to have a drug problem. Now I'm making enough money. David Lee Roth. Tags. Addiction. Drugs. Money 92 likes like. Now here's somebody who wants to smoke a marijuana cigarette. If he's caught, he goes to jail. Now is that moral? Is that proper? I think it's absolutely disgraceful that our government, supposed to be our government, should be in the position of converting people who are not harming others into criminals, of destroying their lives, putting them in jail. That's the issue to me. The economic issue comes in only for explaining why it has those effects. But the economic reasons are not the reasons. Milton Friedman. Tags. Drugs. Economics. Law. Morality 85 likes like. Amy Winehouse changed pop music forever. I remember knowing there was hope, and feeling not alone because of her. She lived jazz. She lived the blues. Lady Gaga. Tags. Addiction. Amy Winehouse. Blues. Death. Drugs. Jazz. Music 80 likes like. I think if you were Satan and you
Bye,
were
Phil,
sitting
from
around trying
Armindo.
to think up something that would just bring the human race to its knees, what you would probably come up with is narcotics. Cormac McCarthy. No Country for Old Men. Tags. Drugs. Narcotics 79 likes like. If I have a near beer, I'm near beer. And if I'm near beer, I'm close to tequila. And if I'm close to tequila, I'm adjacent to cocaine. Craig Ferguson. Tags.
Goodread.com.
Alcohol, beer, cocaine, drinking, drugs, tequila 78 likes like. Penalties against possession of a drug should not be more damaging to an individual than the use of the drug itself. And where they are, they should be changed. Nowhere is this more clear than in the laws against possession of marijuana in private for personal use. Therefore, I support legislation amending
Okay.
federal law to eliminate
I take
all
a break
federal
for
criminal
universal
penalties for the
peace.
possession of up to 1 ounce 28
Previous
g of
broadcast was
marijuana.
sort of cut off.
Jimmy
And,
Carter, tags, drug laws,
the mic
drugs,
didn't seem
law,
to go on
marijuana,
anymore
police,
near the end of the
prohibition
broadcast.
77 lights like. The
And with
essence
this one,
of capitalism is to turn
it's not
nature into
switching to
commodities
the
and
normal
commodities into capital.
video
The
camera.
live green earth is transformed into dead gold bricks, with luxury
So I'll tune
items
in
worth
next
viewing
time
toxic
for
slash for the many.
universal peace.
The glitter